Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back for another episode of Colombian Space Initiative in Supreme Roller Ultimate. And in previous episode we were again buying a lot of techs and selling them around, and also selling a lot of consumer goods and industrial goods and various other things. So our economy is doing fairly well. I think it's now time for us to build another industrial goods factory down there, because this is a pretty good industrial area, let's be honest. So we'll be able to get a bit more. I mean, we don't necessarily need a massive amount of more right now. We still have, actually we got quite a bit of unemployment right now, which is potentially causing some harm for us. But once we get the research going a bit more, I think we'll be okay. We are going to be getting the motorized engineers and military production today. Right, yeah, that unlocks a few more things, like the land-based rockets and a few other things. Actually, the tank tech might be a good thing to buy, because I'm sure that there's plenty of nations that want to buy it from us then. But we are still bordering on rank 9 and 10 here in the knowledge index, so we're not quite there yet. But I'm sure that if we keep on getting more and more research centers, especially if we just place them in the capital, because why not? We should be able to do a decent bit in there. Now, how much? We've got 83% there. How much do we have around here? We've got the 100 over there. That's 99, so we could easily make this area into the next industrial hub. I mean, we already got some power production there. Now, how much longer do we need? Not much. Not much at all, actually. We're losing a little bit of money, though. We are selling a decent bit, but just it's not always enough. Actually, I'm going to have to lower that back to like 30% after we've completed that, just so that we can accumulate the required materials for the research center. Of course, the research center, while it only takes like, 31,000 tons of industrial goods, it does cost a lot, so we may need to start accumulating money by selling more techs if we have any. Ooh, as a matter of fact, yes we do. That's going to be a 200 million. What about Canada? We can sell that to you for another 60 million. What about Portugal? We'll sell that for 44 million. Venezuela wants to buy some more consumer goods. Alright then. I'll do it. Spain doesn't have a lot of money. What about Italy? You do have a lot of money, so you'll probably be willing to pay a bit more. What about Ottomans? Improved gun turrets. That's another 130 million. Oh, actually, Romania. What do you... Oh, wow. Sure, let's sell a little bit to get some from there. Austria-Hungary, do you have... Nope. I can't sell anything to you. What about Bulgaria? A little bit of money. I suppose I could try to milk something out of you, although it doesn't seem to be going all that well. What about... Oh. Sure, that's another 70 million from there. What about... we went through Brazil already. What about Cuba? You got 300 million. I suppose I can sell you something. We already got quite a bit of money. Did we get enough industrial goods yet? No, so we'll have to wait a little bit. We're making 800 tons per day now. So the profit, or the net increase before the sales is about 500. 490 or something like that. That's not too bad. In terms of petroleum, we are starting to have a bit of a problem. Well, not really a problem yet, but the sales are starting to go down there, which is potentially going to be an issue. Also, the power is still... Okay, the price is going up again a little bit. I'm not sure for how long, but it is going up. We've got plenty of research queued up. But yeah, I'll probably want to make the... I'll move you guys. Do construction down that way. I mean, we got... All except that place over in these three. It's already built up with everything. And how much do we need? We needed 31,000. We are getting about an increase of 400 into the stockpile per day. So if we wait for a few more days, or like a week or so, we should be able to start producing or constructing the research lab. And after that, we'll probably want to start accumulating the money to, buy the nuclear fission and stuff like that. Because we're not all that far away. Or maybe even the... Oh, right, aircraft. Actually, we do have the money to buy the aircraft stuff. So we'll do that. It's only 78 million, so we'll have still about 800 million. in a few days, or once we start actually constructing. Not to mention, you are still offering a relatively good price. Okay, it's not the best, but keeping neighbors happy is probably not the worst idea. Let's start building that now. So we didn't actually have the entire stockpile at hand, but we are actually increasing in stockpile still, so yeah, it's not that bad. Now that will take some significant amount of time to be completed, but at least we have the engineers there to help with that. Right, so in the meanwhile over here, I suppose, if the stockpile is increasing, we might as well build another, I don't know, power plant down there. So we'll have a decent bit of power production in this region. It's not the best place perhaps for it, but it'll do, it'll do. Alright, so how much do we actually... Yeah, once we get that, we'll probably have about 32,000 megawatts per hour. We're now losing a little bit industrial goods, but once we get the power plant, that's gonna start accumulating again. How is our unemployment doing? 3.9%, okay, so we are below 4% again. That should mean that, yeah, domestic approval rating is over 33%. At some point we might increase the fundings once again a tiny bit. In the... Actually, let's have a look. Social spending. Social assistance, I'm going to increase that a tiny bit. Law enforcement, I'm going to increase that a tiny bit as well. Okay, I'm going to increase that quite a bit. Lower corruption and stuff like that. Also, that might lower the unemployment a little bit because, well, more people employed by the state. But in the meanwhile, let's have a look at the population. Almost 9.3 million now. And yeah, there's still quite significant increase. Oh wow, from immigration there's a net increase of 200,000. And from births and deaths there's a net increase of about 140,000. So yeah, 340, about a third of a million per year. We'll be hitting 10 million rather soon. We'll probably hit 11 million this decade. I mean, it is 1940 already. Now, how is China doing in their war against Japanese? It seems to be fairly stable still, so not much is going on. Although I reckon that the Chinese economy is actually a bit stronger, which honestly wouldn't surprise me. And speaking of which, let me sell you some goods here. How much are you willing to pay? 80 million? I'll take that. Right, so what about Italy? Can I sell you any techs now? Ooh, I can. Sure. Well, Germany, I could sell you the aircraft tech as well. France probably doesn't want that. Or I can't sell anything to France. Oh, what about Ecuador? I haven't traded with you in a while. Let's get tank tech and analog fire control. Willing to pay me 18 million. I'll take that. Can't trade anything with Peru, unfortunately. What about Venezuela? For gun designs and that. Sure. Okay, 100 million. I'll take that. Well, Mexico. Aircraft check. Okay, that's not, ooh, 36 million from that. That's actually not bad. Consider that we didn't pay all that much for it either. So with those two trades, with Canada and Mexico, we already made half of the money back that we had to spend to get it. So I'd say that's a pretty decent trade. Can we sell something to Greece? Well, it's 8 million only from that, but... Oh, Canada actually rejected that. Okay. That was a bit of a surprise. Right, we completed the construction of that. We are still working on getting the research lab. I suppose, since we got a decent bit of money, and we are actually accumulating money, where is the... It's in technology, isn't it? Flight radio detection. 600 million, so that's half our cash reserves, but that will give us a bit more in there. We got the elite guards now. Oh right, let's send you down to there about for the time being. And let's produce a couple tanks. Not the best necessarily, but it should. Ooh. Okay, we got quite a few things there now. And modern environment control. I believe that allows us to get, oh yeah, better aircraft construction. Okay, so we got radar over here. That's quite expensive. Acoustic ranging sonar is also a bit expensive. We're gonna have to up our income quite a bit to be able to build all of, or buy a lot of those techs, but that's alright. We'll get there eventually. The research center is still quite a bit of time away. But once we do get that, we should be able to research, well, we are going to be able to research another tech, and that way we might be able to inch ourselves up in the ladder here once again. Now, we are quite a bit behind in some other nations in various things. For example, oh wow, the UK is already almost done with internet. Okay, that's a bit ahead of time. Oh, and the consumer goods production is now over... oh, around 1,000 tons still, okay. It's actually not that massive improvement, but it's still an improvement. Oh, actually the stockpile over there is diminishing a little bit, so I'll start building it up a little bit more. How much do we have? Oh wow, 78,000 tons of rubber. That's going to last for a while. Of course, the price of production is not all that small. Electricity, so yeah, I did go up to 32,000 megawatts per hour. There we go, motorized engineer unit has been designed, so healthcare improvements, it's not going to be a massive cost, although with the military production, research costs and healthcare improvements, so we're actually spending a bit extra on research right now. How's the unemployment doing? 3.9 still, inflation 6.4. We could lower the tax rate at some point again, but I think 30% is a pretty good balance, where you do still get a decent tax income from your population, but at the same time the population can spend a lot on the domestic markets as well, meaning that you get a decent bit of money from that way. Actually, we get... how much? Oh, it's just 407 tons of consumer goods per day is being consumed by the domestic market. If we were to lower the price, we could increase that, but at the same time, I don't think we need to. 60% seems to be a pretty decent place for going. Oh, actually, a bit more than a year away from elections, but again, I'm pretty sure that we will win those. So how much? We got 600 million. Is there anything over here? Well, the modern environment control, I suppose I will put in there. There's a lot of things in warfare that we should probably start getting, because those are usually things that will sell for good money to the other nations. Let's get metal alloy frames. There we go. Now let's go ahead and go through the nations here. So aircraft tech. Are you still going to refuse that, or are you actually going to accept that? Not entirely sure what they chose, but we'll see in a few moments. Oh, they rejected it again. Oh, goddammit. Oh well. So we got the military production now. We're going to start to get the transistor fundamentals, which also takes a fair bit of time to research. Oh, actually. Alright, yeah, we can get the better tank tech now. A larger bore gun advancements, among other things. Let's have a look. Let's get that one. Oh, the United States does not have the better tanks yet. Interesting. What about UK? You do. We don't have the money to buy that, though. But we could potentially sell that to the United States. I like the sound of that. Now, of course, we'll first need to get some money to actually buy the tech from the British. Argentina, basic missile concepts. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, no, that's just not worth it right now, but we've got 390 million, so Great Britain. 290 million, yeah, good. But down to fairly low in cash, but we're willing to pay 370 million for that, so it's basically almost all of our money back from that already, and then we can sell that, among that, to the Mexicans for 250 million. What about China? Nope, can't sell anything to you, unfortunately. What about Japan? I could sell you the tank tech. You know what, sure, 200 million out of that, I'll take it. I can't really say that I'm the good guy anymore because I'm just selling to everyone who's willing to pay, but... Oh, you know, it's what we do best. Accumulate money. Now we got $1 billion again. How much? Okay, we can get another little bit from there. What about... Venezuela wants to buy more consumer goods. Okay. Italy. Aircraft tech. Oh, 20 million over there. You, I can't really sell anything to you. What about Austria-Hungary? Nope. Is there anyone... Australia, for example? 48 million. Right, so what do we need to buy next? What is something that is very expensive? Okay, we can't... Oh, we need to get the armor designs researched manually. That's alright. So... I think nuclear fission might be a good idea. It's rather expensive. We might be able to get that in due time. Can we sell stuff for Peru now? Barrel designs, glass, magnetic tape. You've got a lot of money, so you can probably afford paying at least a little bit. What about... Ooh. Yeah, that's under 100 and... something million, and... Now I can sell you even more. Another 90 million. So UK is probably leading in the tech because they have pretty nice techs, let's be honest. Oh, ooh, tank tech. How much are you willing to pay? 220 million. Yes, please. And Soviets, I can't sell anything to you. What about Norway? I know that Norway every now and then wants to buy something from us. 4 million, I'll take that. It's not... Oh, hold on a minute. It's really rejected. Okay. That's a bit rude. What about that one? Are they willing to buy that? Or will they reject that as well? No, they did accept that. Okay, they've got 1.7 billion already. What about the tank tech now? Would they be... Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Pleasure doing business with you. Okay, so Mexico, we can't really sell anything to you. Did we sell anything to Canadians, or did they just reject everything? Probably the latter one. I should probably support their government a little bit. Oh, we did actually do the trade at least, though. Right, so what about Brazil? Tank tech? Yeah, 248 million, so we've done a lot of money by buying the tank tech. Let's pay 80 million over there. What about Bolivia doesn't have a lot of money. Peru does, but I don't think we can actually... Oh, actually we can sell things to them again. So we may need to zoom in a little bit. I was getting some lag there. Alright, so we've got 2.6 billion now. That's a pretty decent start. Send these to entrench over there. They'll be kind of the same group with the mounted infantry there. We have engineers there, still constructing the... Oh, yeah, sure, I'll sell some consumer goods to you. Right, so, over here... We did fill up that one already. How much is the supply level there? 88%. That would be 97% there, so how about we go over that way? Industrial corruption, oh no. That's not allowed. Also, we do have a decent bit in there. Okay, so we definitely need to increase the law enforcement funding then. That usually gets rid of the corruption to a degree. Inflation isn't too bad, I suppose. What do we need the most? We don't have quite the industrial goods to increase our military goods production. Also, we're still constructing a fair bit. How far are we? Ooh. Yeah, we're about a month away from getting the research lab. Right, so if I say I want to get the nuclear fission from you, how much do I need to pay? 2.9 billion. It's doable. It's doable. It may take some time, of course, but it is certainly doable. Right, who else could I sell things to? Trying to think here. Cubans, you got a lot of it money, don't you? It's 10 million from there. Venezuela, how much can you buy? You can probably buy another, okay, 50 million. Chile probably doesn't have the money to buy. Yeah, you don't even want that tech. What about Argentina? You got 700 million, you can probably buy this one then. That's 70. Brazil, nope, you already have everything. What about Canada? They sell you the metal alloy frames for 80 million. Will you actually pay that or not? Apparently you did. So how much did we need? Ooh, 2.9. Actually lowered the price a tiny bit there again. Good. That's not far from the healthcare improvements there. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, we do need the armor designs there, so I'm going to put that into the research queue. Oh wow, I can see the United States has gone to the next era already. We, on the other hand, have not. Right, so is there anyone else that I could sell? What about China? Nope. Japan, maybe? I'm sure that there's some things that I can sell to Japan. That's 200 million, that's going to be enough to actually buy the nuclear fission. We'll check if we can get a little bit better price. Ooh, we can get a bit better price. There we go, so that is going to take us even close. We are neck on neck with the Germans now on the race for the bomb. Interesting. Let's have a quick look. So what do we need in the research reactors? Ooh, that is expensive. Also not something that we can buy. So what exactly do we need for that? Nuclear weapons research for that. Oh, it's just 3.2 billion, okay. We got the research center, so now we are spending probably a bit more on research. Well, it's actually not that much more. Unemployment is still 4%. How much industrial goods we got? 53,000. I think we'll wait until we have the 70 something that we need to build the military goods factory. 75,000. And then we'll build that so we can start selling a bit more industrial, or not industrial, military goods, because there's a decent profit margin there as well, per ton produced. And that is another market that we could easily corner. And after we build that, we might have to increase our industrial goods production at some point again. Although, well, I mean, we got a pretty good margin over there, so we don't necessarily need to increase it all that quickly. How's the fuel or petroleum production? Still selling 42,000 barrels per day. Okay, that's a decent amount. Rubber, we got 91,000 stockpile. Or 91,000 ton stockpile. That's actually pretty decent. Right, so you want more consumer goods? Fine. Also, am I actually... Yeah, one of the top exporters in goods here, but I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, let me just check one thing real quick. Okay, unfortunately I'm going to have to end this episode a little bit sooner, so thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.